We are Erica
and Ricky,
and this is our home. Ako po ay lumaki sa Pilipinas at napadpad dito sa South Korea noong ako ay 19 anyos para mag-aral sa isang universidad kung saan ko po nakilala si Ricky. Hindi ko po akalain na dito na rin ako makakabuo ng pamilya at sa ngayon meron na po kaming 2 anak.
네, 안녕하세요. 제 이름은 Ricky이고요. 저는 3년 전에 에리카하고 결혼을 해서 2명의 자녀가 있습니다. 지금부터 저희 집을 소개하도록 하겠습니다. The reason why we built this house in the first place was rather very simple reason. Remember why?
Yes, I do.
So this place is actually 5th place that we have lived together so far. And the first 3 were like apartments, you know, like studio, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. There was a time somebody left a note on our front door saying that you guys were so loud. It's not what you imagine. It's not what you guys are imagining. But it was probably because of the singing sound. Right?
Yes, because I really love to sing and dance. And singing is my way of releasing stress too.
True,
so
true.
I really sing from time to time. And not just like sing, but
Shout.
shout. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves all of...
To tell you the truth, like, she's really good singer. She's really good singer. I mean, I still now I think like she should have taken the career, you know, of becoming a singer instead of.
But thank you.
All you do is act a fool. You ain't shit without your crew. 시간 없어, I gotta go. 안녕, goodbye, adios. 네 못난 얼굴 다신 보고 싶진 않아. No more. 매달릴 줄 알았겠지.
Because in Korean culture, you know, being quiet is really critical, really important when you're living in that kind of like housing. And I could see why Erica had a problem adjusting that, especially coming from the Filipino culture, joyful, you know, singing, dancing all the time, you know, laughing. So we wanted a place where we can have our full privacy, like just do whatever we want.
Without disturbing the neighbors.
Yeah, true. So when the kids were born, that's when we were like triggered to pursue our dream, you know. when we finally decided to build our house, we listed key elements that the house should have, must have. And the first thing was the high ceiling.
Yes. For me, having a high ceiling was very important because it just gives me this bright and spacious feeling, just like the memories I had back in the Philippines. Many of the houses there have this mapresko, very airy space, and I wanted to have that feeling, and I want my kids to also experience that same memory I had in the Philippines.
Because high ceiling houses are not really common in Korea, given the weather here. We have a long winter, so because of the heat efficiency, houses here are usually built with relatively lower ceiling. So basically, you have to give up, the heat efficiency in order to have the high ceiling. But what can I do? What can we do? That was her first request.
Yeah.
The ceiling here is really high. It's about 4.2 meters.
Yes. And I love it.
Right?
Yeah.
I also love it, I also love it. But just that we haven't been through the winter yet,
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like being prepared for that.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. And speaking of the high ceiling, we also wanted a large windows so that we can have a view of the outside, and also to bring the sunlight all day long.
Whenever we are in the dining area or in the living room, and you see this big window, it just feels like you're also part of the nature. You're like the nature is also inside.
Yeah.
It's like it just feels like one space, right?
True.
My next request was having the library.
Yeah, the library. Yeah.
When we were thinking of this space, it was a dining area, right?
Yeah, dining area.
But then we're like, just a dining area. And then I was like, oh, I really want to have a library. It's been a dream of me growing up. And I wish to have like bookshelves. So when we're not dining there, our kids can also study there in that area.
Yeah, even if it's empty now, as our kids grow up, we are planning to like fill it up.
But mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
Oh yeah, and we both wanted a single-story house, right? The house that we lived before, it was a two-story house, and we didn't really enjoy going up and down the stairs, and plus the cleaning.
Yes, the maintenance.
Yeah, the maintenance, the cleaning, especially when it comes to cleaning. It was very hard bringing all the tools up and down all the time. And this time we were thinking like, we have to make it as a single story, and then also the floor layout needs to be flat.
Yes.
You know, like so that robot vacuum can like clean
the
entire space without us moving them. You know what I mean? Like, and lastly, we wanted a big island table on our kitchen, where we can like cook together, where we can dump all our groceries, you know, after, you know, it's always been so hard, you know, like, you have so handful of groceries, and then you just want to dump it somewhere, but you don't have it, you know. But now we just dump it there, and we can just put them in the fridge very conveniently. And the next step was to bring those elements into a reality with design. That was the most hard part. When it comes to design, I think the most important thing is to have a concept.
Yes.
You know? Whether you want it to be modern, vintage, you know, retro or tropical, you name it. We thought of many different concepts, but we decided to go with vintage
and tropical.
As someone coming from the Philippines, I really miss the tropical vibe, and I wanted to have that feeling, bring that feeling here in Korea.
True. So when we choose materials, we choose accordingly to our concept. Like most of our furniture are made of rattan, which is very easily seen materials, furniture material in the Philippines.
Yes.
And also with the flooring, we picked the terracotta tiles, very earthy. This also gives a little bit of tropical vibe as well, you know. It's also very easily seen materials in the Philippines too, right?
Yes.
And for the vintage style, we picked a material that gives a robust feeling, like those concrete blocks, you know, reclaimed elm wood, and you know, brass lightings, and those stainless kitchen wall, and those textures on the paint, the French plastering. It's all combined to give that vintage vibe. And all these designs and details came into reality with the help of our designer. His name is Soje, and he's a famous interior designer in Korea. He has a lot of experiences with reputable commercial venues in Korea. He's specialized in industrial, you know, vintage, very robust, very strong, very, how to say, he has his own style, you know. And after looking at his artwork,
we got excited.
Yeah, we got excited.
And then contacted. We gotta contact him.
Yeah. And then glad that he took our project.
저는 참 기대를 많이 하고 있습니다.
저도 걱정을 많이 하고 있습니다. 어떻게 보면 비슷한 거라고.
어떻게 보면 똑같은 본질은 똑같죠. 본질은 똑같습니다.
And I would like to take this moment to thank him. We are very satisfied with the final product, the finishes and everything, and just want to thank him very much. Yeah.
And we are taking real good care
Yeah.
of all your work inside this house. We like clean them and then touch them softly. Yeah.
So how do you feel after it's done?
Well, I feel very happy, of course, and grateful towards you for providing a safe space for our kids, where we can make lots of good memories.
Are we gonna do the house blessing?
Oh yeah.
Do we need?
Of course, yeah. But how?
But we need a priest.
Yeah.
How are we gonna have a priest over here?
Okay, but yeah, that's the thing I wanted to ask you. Do Korean priests, can they come to that house?
We don't do house blessing.
Ah,
I mean, I don't know, because I'm not Catholic, so I don't know. Maybe I can ask a Catholic Korean friend of mine.
Or maybe we can find a Filipino
Priest?
Catholic priest.
Here.
Yeah.
I think if ever we do it, it's going to be the first one ever
In Korea?
in Korea
Oh, yeah?
to do the house blessing. So lastly, I'd like to say a word to our subscribers, especially those who made it up to this far. If you have a plan to visit Korea and willing to spend your valuable time in Korea to visit us, let us know. You know, we can provide a space to stay and we can make a special memories together. And actually this house is built right next to our old house that we lived before, my family house, and it's like literally built on a lot next to it. Even though we don't have a guest room here, we have it there. So let us know, you know, you can contact us through email, Instagram or email, whichever you find it comfortable.
Kita-kita po ulit tayo sa Martes. Paalam po!